everyone, I'm Mr. Dillon, and today I'm going to talk about two books I would highly recommend. These books are both at a middle school reading level, but as a 20-somethings dude, I can say these stories are just as captivating and wonderful to read as an adult. One of them happens to be my favorite book of all time, so parents or older siblings, you could join in the reading too. First, I'm going to give you a little sneak peek of each of the books and why I enjoyed them, and then, second, I'm going to show you how you can access them for free online. The first book I'm going to recommend to you is Among the Hidden by Margaret Peterson Haddix. This story follows the life of Luke Gardner, a third child in a dystopian future where families are only allowed to have 2 children. He has spent the first 12 years of his life never leaving his family's farm, but he always had freedom to roam the deep forest in their backyard. As developers come in and tear down the forest to build a new upscale housing plan, Luke's hiding becomes more intense and he can't go outside. Observing the new neighbors through a vent in his attic bedroom, he one day sees a silhouette in a house that 2 parents and 2 children had left that morning. That silhouette, belonging to Jen Talbot, would soon change his life forever. This book is for a reader who wants to go on an adventure. After the first couple chapters, you are kept on the edge of your seat for the rest of the book. I loved both of the main characters. Luke is learning how to overcome his shyness and expand his limited worldview. Jen is spunky and fearless. Overall, this book is very inspiring. You're never too young to make positive change. The next book I'm going to recommend to you is The Little Prince by Antoine de Saint-Exupery. The Little Prince is a first-person narrative told by an aviator who met a little traveler that helped remind him what was important. As the aviator grew old, he became increasingly wrapped up in the matters of consequence of the grown-up culture around him. He crashed in the desert of Africa one day, and he awoke the next morning to a strangely bubbly little prince asking for a drawing of a sheep. Soon the aviator learned that the Little Prince came from an asteroid B612, a small planet with 2 active volcanoes, 1 dormant volcano, and a rose. The narrator recounts all the Little Prince's travels, which are mostly interactions with strange grown-ups. In these retellings, the narrator reflects on how the Little Prince found the meaning of life in small, beautiful moments that all these grown-ups overlooked. This is my favorite book of all time. I've read it about 6 times now, and I learn something new every single time. The world we live in is quite strange and sad sometimes, and The Little Prince can teach you how to find joy in the simplest of things, especially in friendship. This book is for someone who wants to entertain their imagination and is ready to feel all kinds of emotions. It's pretty short, but there's so much wisdom packed into these few pages. Also, there's pictures.
Okay, now I'm quickly going to show you how you can access these books online. So you're going to open up Google, search Among the Hidden PDF, and then you can click on this first link, and the whole book is right there. And if you're on a Mac, you can go to File, Export as PDF. There's similar things on a PC, so you can save it to your computer. And then for The Little Prince, same thing. The Little Prince, PDF, first link. You got the whole book in front of you.
One thing that I love about both of these stories is that they emphasize the passion, creativity, and wisdom of children. In my experience, it seems that children understand love, trust, and forgiveness in ways that challenge the hard hearts of many grown-ups. All of these positive qualities I've been naming come from a place of humility that comes naturally to the youngest of us. The loving, open nature of children is something Jesus values deeply. In Matthew 18, 1-4, we read that the disciples were asking Jesus about who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. Here's how Jesus responded. He called a little child and had him stand among them, and he said, "I tell you the truth. Unless you change and become like little children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. Therefore, whoever humbles himself like this child is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven." This all might be a little confusing, because isn't it a bad thing to be childish? But Jesus isn't saying that we should be immature. He's saying we should be childlike in how we approach our Heavenly Father, understanding our need for Him and trusting Him. We should also be childlike in how we approach one another, not thinking of ourselves as better than one another, and finding joy in just being with other people. Finally, we should be childlike in how we approach the world, like the Little Prince, or Luke, or Jen, curious and courageous. The kingdom of heaven is what we're called to build on this earth, and it starts with being humble like a child. God bless, and thanks for watching.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to share it and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Urban Impact is a faith-based inner-city youth and community development nonprofit, and we ask that you consider contributing financially to our ministry so we can continue to serve our community and the world. Check out the description below for more details. Thank you, and God bless.